Right, let's just bloody do it. Right, we've got to admit something.
Oh my God. Absolutely ridiculous.
Right, quick. We've got like 15 minutes before I've got to leave. We have to record. We have just been trying for, what would you say that's been?
About
half an hour?
37 minutes.
Thinking something wrong with Kate's microphone, but we couldn't work out what it was because why couldn't we? Because it looked like everything was fine, didn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, it was because my laptop was on mute. That was why. I'm sweating. Do you know what? We need this to take off. I mean, at the moment, we've got about 5 people watching.
I'm not sure
which are us.
the aggro. Oh my God.
We need this to take off so we can get someone to do this. This is mental.
Yeah. And Lauren definitely thought it was me because I'm the
I
worst.
absolutely thought it. Well, normally when you log in,
it's normally me.
Wait a minute, and then it pops up. But right, we are recording now, aren't we? Right, we're recording.
I don't know. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
This is going to be a short one because
Lauren was meant to leave 5 minutes ago to go and pick her kids up.
That's fine. Yeah, husband's doing a tip run.
You're going to be doing. Oh, that was it. Sorry, not pick the. Yeah, you got the tip run, so it'd be a speedy. You do have.
If I leave at 10 to, look, we've got 15 minutes, and it's a prep one.
And I think you have an hour window at the tip.
Yeah, he'll get over it.
I think it's 30 minutes. There is a window. It's not like you have to be there at 5, but we'll be quick. Okay,
right. Let's get into it.
So today we're going to do part 1 of the ayahuasca ceremony, and so today we're just going to talk about the prep, the kind of build up to doing it. So
I think we wanted to do these ones because, like, in every one we've done so far, we're like, oh, and in that ayahuasca ceremony, mustn't keep going on about it. So we might as well let's do a series.
About it. Yeah. Sorry, just a quick one, but I've got everything we're saying is coming up in a square across, and it's across our face. Do you know how to get rid of that? Any ideas?
What is it in text?
Yeah. Everything we're saying, it's like, no, it's gone. I just had to press X.
Oh, right.
Just had to click on it. So, God. Oh, right. So really, I guess, do you want to start with sort of what made you want to do it in the first place, like the calling or that?
Yeah. So I reckon if anyone is out there watching this, you may potentially be stumbled across this because you're interested in maybe sitting with ayahuasca, as they say, for healing or whatever, but you definitely get the calling to do it. So you might end up stumbling across videos like this or whatever, and it interests you, or you may be looking for it like I was in a kind of therapy way. But I definitely, for years, they say she calls to you when it's time. And I really, really, really believe that, to the point now that it's like, if I'm going to do another one, I know, and that'll come further down the line in another episode, but I've had some like crazy synchronicities and also had communication when I'm in a ceremony about like intuition and knowing it's time and having that calling. So yeah, before you do it, I really do believe that you do get called to do it. And I definitely did for years. I just had it kept popping up everywhere. And then I'd listen to podcasts, became totally obsessed, but then it's like, you just see it everywhere. And it was just this like inner knowing that it's like, okay, this is something you should do. And that honestly went on for years. So, that was I definitely had the calling to do it. And then actually when I found, just look out for like signs and synchronicities and stuff, because when I found the retreat center that we went to in Europe, same one I went to my first ceremony, I was sitting in the garden, and for some reason I just got this thought to look on this Facebook page of the place that we went to. Because they post lots of different things, and I thought, I don't know, something made me go to that page. And then when I did, I was like, it's not just a like wellness retreat type thing, they do plant ceremonies as well. So it was almost like that thought led me there, and I was like, oh right. And it was like one thing led to another, and then it was like, oh wait, there's one that I can go to, do the diet and then go to straight away. So it was almost like meant to be. And that's how I ended up finding it. So yeah, if you do get the calling, like just follow it, or just show a bit of interest, and then you might start noticing signs and stuff.
Yeah.
What about you?
No, I didn't really have the calling. like we spoke about on a previous podcast, when you spoke to me about it and said, have you ever heard of ayahuasca? And I was like, yeah, I've got that in my cupboard. And then we realised
Yeah.
that I was thinking of the ashwagandha or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So no, I didn't, but I do believe that it was meant to be. So we met and all of that stuff that we've spoken about. And I think that was my calling. We met, you just mentioned it, and then it just planted a seed. And I was like, oh, and I didn't do it for, I don't know, 9-10 months. I wasn't in any rush, or I didn't really think I'd be brave enough to do it anyway. But there was just something nearer the time that we did it where I was like, actually, I just feel like I want to do it. And with that, I think because people say about getting like the calling, I sort of felt like a bit of a fraud, and I didn't know if I should do it. So I actually reached out to the retreat and spoke to someone there. And I said to them, I'm really worried that I'm just sort of jumping on the bandwagon. And because my friend's done it, that I'm almost like, oh, I want to do it. And that doesn't feel right. I don't want to do it for the wrong reasons. And they were really good there, actually. And they just sort of said, what did she say? She sort of said, if it's a no, like a definite no, like
it's not for you, no.
Yeah, but if it's coming from a place of fear, then often that's just like your ego. But they were really like, if you don't want to do it, maybe now's not the time. And I was a bit like, no, just tell me that I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
I was just so scared. But they were just like, no, if it's not the right time, but you'll know deep down if it's a hard no, you'll just know that it's just not right. A bit like stepping out in front of a car, like, you know, when people say you have these weird, like, wonder what would happen if I just leant over this.
Yeah, like intrusive thoughts.
Death. But you know that it's a no, whereas this was just more of a fear-based no. So even though technically I didn't have these sort of this long feeling over years like you, I still think it was absolutely meant to be, 100% meant to be for me. It just came around in a different way, and I never ever would have done it on my own. As we're learning, like, I'm a big baby, so I never would have done it without you anyway. So I think they knew that I needed you to meet you to do it, so that I'd be in this place where I am now. So yeah,
and even for you, even for you doing it again, you've said you'll know now. So like, you're not in a rush to do it, but then maybe you'll start seeing signs and stuff. So it does.
Yeah.
And for me, another one, it's just not something that you're led to it. So I'm kind of just waiting. Like, will I do it again? Will I not? I don't know. Now I have total trust that I'll see the synchronicities, I'll feel the intuition, and then you just follow it if that's like the right path. And then I have total trust in it now.
Exactly. So once you decided, and I guess for me as well, so once we decided that we were going to do it, even though our first times were months apart, then it's about, let me just hang on, what was we do? Oh, so then it's the sort of diet that you get put on, isn't it, for a couple of weeks minimum. I found, like, when you look online, I don't know if you did, but places vary. Some were longer, some were shorter, some were like really relaxed about it. Some were saying that the diet is only really for Westerners because we have sort of processed food.
So terrible.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's for a couple of weeks, wasn't it? And that's quite ongoing.
It's like, I think it's like important to say, if there's like medication, if you take especially antidepressants, because something it does with the serotonin, you have to be off that for a much longer time. But if you're not on any medication, then the diet's about like 2 weeks. Most places I think say 2 weeks, but it's really, really restrictive. So no meat, really. Oh no, you can have chicken and fish, can't you? No red meat, definitely no pork. Dairy, caffeine, so any kind of like stimulants. It's like really, really bland. No sex, no like certain media. You have to be careful not to watch. It's like basically everything you're taking in for your mind, but also your body.
Yeah, they want you to go in like in a good headspace.
Fresh as a daisy.
And it was like no processed food, no oil, no garlic, no butter.
Yeah, because there's also a chemical. What is it? What's it? Triamine. I've probably said that wrong.
Yeah,
but that's the something in like certain foods, so like aged cheeses, even some vegetables, I think that's why it's like onions and stuff, that can again have this effect with the medicine, which can raise blood pressure. So what you're trying to avoid with that chemical is that you don't get like a blood pressure spike, and it can cause headaches. That's why you don't have like caffeine and stuff. So you basically have to eat so bland, but it's really, really, really hard. Because for the first 3 days you're literally withdrawing. I think the first time I did it, all my forehead, my skin came out in these huge, great big lumps where it was, and I felt every time I've done it, I feel physically really unwell for 3 days because my body's literally detoxing just all the rubbish we eat. And it has actually got better as I've done each one, because I only do one night. I know some retreat centers you can do 3 in a row or whatever. But so I've done the diet 6 times, and each time it's still difficult because you have the craving for bad food, but it has got that first time, I think, because the caffeine headaches, it's like a whole full scalp headache, and you obviously can't take any paracetamol or anything because that's medication. So you literally have to ride out this kind of like withdrawal basically from all the food we're used to.
Yeah, I found it well, obviously when I did it, we were doing the diet together, and it's just miserable.
Boring.
It's awful. And I remember feeling so nervous as well about actually doing it. And I was just almost, the thing that got me through was like, at least this time tomorrow, at least I can eat, or this time it's just terrible. Absolutely. Yeah. I think not being able to have like, because I don't eat meat, so you couldn't even have like chicken salad or a halloumi salad, or I don't know. It was just, it was really.
Yeah, the no dairy is really hard as well, isn't it? But then I think that's also what it's trying to teach you. It's not just about getting the food out of your body, but it's also letting go of the attachments to things.
Yeah.
And you don't realize how much when you get any kind of feeling, like I was really overwhelmed in the last one. Like you just get all this emotion come up, and you don't realize that you'd normally like grab like a glass of wine or a sugary tea, for me a lot of sugary tea, or food, and it makes you realize that, and that's what it's trying to prepare you for before you go into it, to like kind of drop those like attachments to stuff. And it's actually quite shocking how much we have that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we decided we was going to do it. We did the diet for 2 weeks, and then the day comes. What did you
you
wear?
also set your intention as well. That's important.
Yeah, the intention. Yeah, so I think you spoke to me a lot about that, because I was just a bit kind of overwhelmed with what my intention should be. I wasn't really sure, but you were saying that if you're not sure, then you just sort of ask. So what are some examples of your intentions? Because obviously you've done this.
I've always felt a bit like scrambled at the beginning, especially before the first one, because I was like, I've got so much to get into, and it's like, I want to get into this, and you suddenly think, like, forget about that. If you're doing your first one, you're not going to get into everything in one. It's just not going to happen. You might not even, it might just work on your body for the first one or whatever. You might not, I don't know why I thought my whole life was going to be solved after one ceremony. But so then I read somewhere that it said not to go in with this like massive list of all your intentions. And then I saw again somewhere, it's one guy say that he always uses show me what I need to see. Which I've basically said in each one. So like when I've gone up to drink, I say like, and now I say, look, I trust you, show me what I need to see. I drink it. And then I go back, and when you meditate before it comes on, that's when I might have a few things that I'm like, oh, quite like to go down this route, but don't have like this huge, because otherwise once you're in, it can become a bit scrambled. But it might be that you actually, it depends, everyone's so different. You might be like, do you know what, I want to go to one, and I really just I need to get this out of me. I want to focus on this one issue.
Yeah.
Or, but yeah, otherwise show me what I need to see, because it will give you what you need as well. They always say that it will give you what you need, not what you want. So it might be, sometimes I've not actually known what it's going to go into, and then it like surprises you, but it has always been what I need, which has been amazing. So that is very true. But yeah, just try not to. What was the other thing? Show me what I need to see. Or there's one guy was saying that he always says, show me who I've become, which I think is quite an interesting one, because, ayahuasca in general will show you the truth, like whether you like it or not. So that will, and then can give you kind of advice for the future and stuff.
Yeah. No,
Did you
absolutely.
use that when you was that what you used in your one or
When I went in, so I remember having the little cup thing, and I just remember saying, "Just please be kind. Just please be kind. Keep me safe. Just please be kind. Just please."
yeah?
And I think I was like getting the vibe that, yeah, okay, come on, next we need to get the next
Well,
person.
yeah.
And then I just kind of went, "Tell me what I need to see,"
So
but I was doing it in
yeah,
my
yeah,
head.
please
Yeah,
be kind. I
yeah,
actually do say that in everyone as well because
all I said pretty
again,
much.
I read somewhere, please, you can say, please be kind, please be gentle. But like she does know, because it's like a feminine spirit, she does know. And it's tough.
Mm,
But I actually had in one, it was like, look, it was so gentle at the beginning. And it was almost like the spirit of Mother Ayahuasca kind of came down and said, look, I'm going to be gentle. And actually, I then had a second cup, but I was kind of offered this. It was like, I'm going to give you what you need. And it was like a real mothering, nurturing feel. It wasn't like blasting off kind of scary like
yeah,
the others would kind of have been, but then it gave me the option of if you want to go deeper, and then I did have a second cup, and then you're off, but
yeah.
like
Oh, you did
it
a
does
second cup
know.
in one set
On
in
my
one of your.
third ceremony, yeah, that's the only one I've had two cups, just because it kind of gave me the option. It was like, no, I know what you need, and I went into that one with a lot of fear, and it was a lot more gentle.
Right. Oh my
But
goodness.
yeah, it won't give you more than you can handle as well, and I think that
Mm,
gives me peace too, because it's like, no, I know I can. Now I'm like, no, I know I can do it.
mm,
I'm not scared anymore. It's like, yeah, I
mm.
know this is going to be so difficult, but I know I can do it.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard that a lot as well, that it will give you what you need, and it will only give you what you can handle.
Yeah.
So that gives, yeah, that yeah, I mean, mentally at the time, yeah, you think, oh gosh, but afterwards you kind of think, oh no, actually,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
did it.
yeah, yeah. So it makes you feel better, doesn't it? So okay,
Hmm.
so we set our intention with there. And what would you take? What would you wear? So you want to be comfy?
Yes, you want to just be really comfortable. I think that's like the main
Yeah,
thing. So I like never wear like an underwire bra, never wear makeup.
yeah.
I just wear really baggy, like just comfortable clothes. But I mean, once you're gone, I'm gone. Wouldn't really notice, to be honest. But you just want to be, you just don't want anything that's like almost bringing you back to your body, because you're obviously, it's like you're
Mm,
off somewhere else. um, but yeah, just comfortable clothes. Always just take water, but they have water there too. I guess every place is different, but the place that we've been, there's like a blow up bed, which I'm always really grateful for. I know a lot of these places are kind of just a yoga mat, so I'm always quite
mm,
grateful for the blow up bed. And they
yeah.
provide a blanket and an eye mask, but you can obviously take your own. And then some people take like a crystal or something that can maybe ground you back if you need
Mm, mm,
to. And the first time I did take a journal, because I thought that I would just be able to write down all my teachings. But it's really funny because there's like just like one squiggle where I'd obviously like remembered that I had a journal and was like trying to write down a
yeah,
point,
yeah,
but then kind of was like, I don't even know what writing is, and just left
mm,
it. I couldn't, so I
yeah,
didn't bother with that.
yeah, 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 yeah. And I remember you said to me that you can take things with you or any rings. So when we went, there was like an altar, wasn't there? And we put our
Hmm.
ring. You could take
Yeah.
jewelry and sort of put it in the middle.
Yeah. That's
No,
really
I was the
nice.
same as you, really baggy clothes. I'd read this something online that was like, oh, you'll lose control of yourself and all your bodily functions. So I wore cycling shorts as well. Do you remember? I was like, if it's going to happen to anyone, it's going to happen to me. Obviously, being the worry pants that I am. So yeah, I
Oh,
was
I
like,
always
I
take
was
spare
layered
trousers.
like two pairs of knickers, shorts, trousers, just
Yeah.
in case. But I was absolutely fine.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, you do that. That's always been a worry for me as well, because I'm like also quite a private person. I knew like you
yeah,
can be sick, but some people do purge by like having diarrhea,
yeah,
basically.
yeah,
But you then realize like now that I've done it a few times, and it's like you've got this like kind of relationship with it. It's like, oh no, it almost tells you, if you need to get up to go to the loo,
yeah.
and
You're not. Yeah,
you are capable of doing that. Like sometimes I'm a bit wobbly, but you are capable of it. But it's always just a fear I have in me that it's like, oh my god, what if, because it
yeah,
is so overwhelming, isn't it? You don't quite
yeah,
know you're in a body at points, and it's just
yeah, yeah, yeah,
but that's
yeah.
never been a problem, and I don't think that's been an issue for anyone, although you don't really know what everyone else is doing in the room, do you?
No,
Who knows what's going on in
no,
there when
exactly.
So,
Oh gosh.
but I've never needed the spare trousers.
No, I needn't have worn the layers I did. I was absolutely fine. But I think that's where I couldn't understand how you're, because I just always think of it as like a drug, or thought of it as a drug or being
Yeah,
drunk, that kind of thing. So I was so concerned about how you can get up and like go to the toilet and then be in this other
yeah,
realm. I just couldn't understand it, and I still don't understand it fully because I didn't quite get that far. But I can understand that you are completely, well, I was completely with it. Like I could have had a conversation, um
yeah.
was able to, you're not like drunk where you can't think
Yeah,
properly,
you're
or
still, yeah, it's difficult to explain, isn't it?
yeah. And it's different for me because yeah, you've kind of really blasted off, so to speak. So
Yeah,
I haven't experienced that, so I'm not quite sure. But for me, the only experience that I had was that I was fully in control of. I
of
knew
yourself.
who was
Yeah,
there, and if someone came over to comfort me or something, I'd know that they were there. Could
yes,
have gone to the toilet if I needed to. I
yeah.
could drink my water if I wanted to. I was completely with
But
it,
it's
and in
almost
my
like,
head, I was,
yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, no, sorry. It's almost like when you're in something, dealing with something, though. I don't know if you agree. So like because you still did have like visions and things like that.
yeah,
You're so in that you're not thinking about.
no,
So when you're dealing with that, you're dealing with it. But like you said, if the like facilitators or whatever come over and
mm,
you're then, oh yeah, I'm in the room, and you're aware they're there,
yeah,
and if you need to go
yeah,
to the toilet, you can. But then
mm,
it's almost like you lay back down, and then you
mm,
go
yeah,
back off, and it's really
yeah,
strange,
yeah.
isn't it?
But I know that
Um,
you said before, sorry, that when you've been dealing with something, and then it will tell you like you need to go for a wee or something,
yeah,
and you're a bit like, oh no, and then no, you need to go because then
every
we can
single
really,
time.
yeah,
And I'll say about this when we do like the individual ceremonies, but it's almost like a spirit guide or whoever you're communicating with. Yeah, it is a spirit guide. And I've
mm,
even had one where it almost, for me, it's almost like they're on a job, some of them. So like before you really get into something, it's almost like I was shown a vision of one with like almost like a clipboard. Like they're like, yeah, so you're going to be going in soon. Got to hold you off for now. Someone else is doing something. And then it'd be like, but before you do, and in every one, I'm like, yeah, you're going to need a wee, because I drink loads of water as well. Because I'm just
mm,
like, I think because the diet's so strict, you just end up drinking loads more water, don't you? To
yeah,
almost like,
yeah,
but then I'll always need a wee, but I'm always told like you need to go now because we need to get into this, and you're going to be brought back to your body too much.
mm,
So it's almost like because you're so out of this physical form, but if you need a wee, it's going to remind you and you won't be able to fully be present. So
yeah,
it's like a communication, and I'm
yeah,
weirdly told that. And I'm like, oh, okay. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, later. If it's like really like the first one. So I was in this really amazing bit, and they were like, no. And I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to get up, because I was like, what is going on? And it said to me like, oh no, you'll be fine. The lady there, the healer lady will come over, everything's gonna be fine. I almost like opened my eyes, and there she was, like she knew,
yeah,
and she kind of like steadied me a little bit, because I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And it said to me, no, when you'll go, and then you'll come back, and we'll get straight back into this. And so I got up, went to the toilet, and everything's almost buzzing, the energy kind of around you. But I'm like looking around, like, is this actually happening? And then I just knew I could come back. I put my eye mask on, and they're like, okay, we told you it'd be fine. And then you're off
and
onto
you
the
just
next
went
lesson, which
straight
is,
back.
yeah, it's just mad. But you have that ability. So even though you're not in the room,
Mm,
if you need to be, you are. Like, you're not
yeah,
completely, like we said, drunk, where you're not
no,
like, oh God, how was I acting? You're not, that's not
no,
happening.
no,
You
it's
are,
nothing like that.
it's
Yeah,
safe. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Okay, so do you think there's anything so the diet,
Set
restrictive,
your
yeah,
intention, what to wear. It's just about like just prepare. You want to be as light bodied, is that the way to
yeah,
say it, as
and
possible.
do
So you're not,
do a bit of research, I think, within reason, because obviously, like we've said before, you can see so much online which is negative, and it's important to look at both sides of it, so you don't go
yeah.
in thinking it's all like rainbows, and so it's good to see each side of it, but just try and, yeah, it's hard not to always zone in on the negatives, but maybe like
hmm
I in hindsight would probably have rather read a book or a proper documentary rather than reading.
Other people's accounts.
Yeah, because I just think you can't help but it wasn't.
A
Yeah,
lot of
that was it.
negative. I
Yeah,
think also it's really important just to be self-aware, because I think I said in a previous episode of this is that if you go into it and everything you see or are told you take completely literally, and so say you see something negative or whatever, rather than being aware enough to be like, oh, that's maybe trying to show me the negative side of a situation, like just being able to think it through. If you just see what you're seeing and then come out of it and be like, oh my God, I saw this and it was scary and blah, 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 because it is a scary process.
yeah.
You almost have to be able to understand that it's
What the
that's
message was, what it was trying to teach you.
yes, yeah, the message behind it, because then once you understand that, then that like that dissipates, doesn't it, and moves on to the next thing. Well, that's how it works for me, but otherwise you're just going to get stuck in this kind of seeing it literally and thinking, oh God, there was something really bad about that, but it wasn't. It was probably just trying to show you, give you a message in a certain way, because it's almost like it tries to shock you. I don't know, like we learn through emotion, and you'll remember things through life that have a real strong emotion attached.
Yeah.
That's almost like what happens in the realm. It's quite shocking, some things, and then that's why it sticks with you and why you remember it when you come back out.
Yeah.
But you have to see it for what it is. It's trying to show you that, rather than it being a complete literal thing. But yeah, I think we're going to have to round this up, because I've got to get away for the old. I'm going to start getting messages about the tip run.
Yeah. Gosh. Yes. Okay, fab. So next Friday we are going to start with your first experience, which I'm looking forward to, because we haven't spoken about this for probably like a year, and I just remember being like lapping it up, and I can't really remember because there's been a few since then. So,
but that's it. I think we should just do one. Yeah, we'll do a ceremony per one. So between us, we've done 7.
Yeah.
I think it will just be interesting, and then just what we've learned and what we experienced.
Yeah.
Next week, I think it'll be helpful for anyone that's interested. Anyway,
definitely. Right, cool. Okie doke.
Alrighty. Tech issues out of the way, hopefully.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Right. Speak to you soon.
Right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.